Welcome back to Great Day. The Greater Houston LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to advancing equality through the power of business. This year marks their 10-year anniversary. Their Pride in Business Luncheon and After Party, oh, I heard after party, okay, they're nodding their head, honoring the community's impact on Houston's economy is just over a month away, but we're going to start toasting to the event now. Here to share more is Tammy Wallace with the Chamber and this year's sponsor, Jose Quira with Casa Maestri Distillery. Was that right?
That's right.
Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, all good. And that's even before I started drinking. Anyway, okay. Tammy, I want to go back over your story, which some people have heard before, because we were talking before the show that so many times that, there's a lot of power in that coming out story, and that's what has removed a lot of fear over the years. Okay, but yours started out very differently. You grew up in a small town in Mississippi from a very religious Pentecostal family. Already I see a script to a good movie.
Exactly. Yeah, very much so.
What did you think you were going to do, and did the idea of possibly being gay even enter your mind around that time?
I struggled with my sexuality when I was growing up. I knew something was different about me, but just couldn't quite understand. And of course, being in a very fundamentalist religion, where whatever I was feeling was tamped down. Moving to Houston to go to Bible school, I thought that was my path.
Yeah, and one of your other aspirations was to be a preacher's wife.
Exactly. Preacher, missionary's wife, I thought that's where my life's path was going to take me.
Where did that
Little
path
did
take
I know.
where did it take a detour or take a different path?
Took a detour when I decided to step away from the church, really coming out, finding my authentic self, and then really growing into the role I'm in today as a leader in the LGBTQ+ community.
And I want to clarify something. We say you stepped away from the church doesn't necessarily mean that you stepped away from your faith.
That's exactly right.
Because sometimes people think those are two separate things, and they are not.
They are not.
Yeah.
They are not.
All right, Jose, for you, born and raised in Houston, at what point did you think maybe I could be gay? And then we're looking at a couple of just different generations here. You and I are in one generation where that was something that people would look at it a different way. I think more liberation today. But for you, what was your story?
Yeah, I was about 18. And I went to a military boarding school. So it was still don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
So we really couldn't come out. But as soon as I graduated, that's when I told my parents, and they were really supportive. You know, it was a struggle at first, to understand that path, but then it was a good support system.
What people start to realize is that, you still have the same son that you always had, right?
Exactly.
It's not something that completely defines you. It's just a part of your life.
That's right.
Today you're happily married to your husband and with children.
Yes, 3.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So 2 boys and a girl, right?
Yes.
All right. Career, family, and business. You grew up seeing the business in Houston and in Mexico. So the business we're talking about, of course, is tequila, the spirits. But the spirits business runs long and deep in your family.
Yeah, 3rd generation. Wow. So it started with my grandpa and my grandmother in Veracruz, Mexico, and they had a mezcal and rum distillery, which is still there today, owned by my uncle. And then my mother came to the United States when she was pregnant with me in 1989. And she started a distributor here in Houston to sell the family brands. And then my brother took that over. She met my stepdad, and they started a tequila distillery 18 years ago.
You had the coolest grandparents. I mean, and what do your grandparents and parents do? They're in the distillery business. I bet you were popular in high school. All right, oftentimes what happens when a family has a business, the kids don't want to go into it. They want to run as far away as they can from it. You at first wanted to be an actor, and you worked on films as a casting director, but then you had a pivotal moment.
Yeah. After I worked on a film with my cousin, Alejandro Monteverde, he's a director. My mother was like, you really should just try. I always said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I saw myself just at that pivotal moment saying, okay, do I want to move to LA and wait tables and wait for my big shot?
Do all that.
Do all that, or take the chance. And I did.
Yeah.
And I do not regret it.
Never looks back.
It's been so much fun.
Okay, we're gonna. I know you got that bottle right there. We're talking a little bit about tequila in just a second, but first, let's get back to the chamber. And Tammy, we know there are so many specific chambers that make up our whole economy here, and they're all connected. But what was the genesis of the LGBTQ+ chamber? And as I mentioned earlier, there are some obstacles that the community was dealing with, and so this is a way to kind of come under one roof and sort those things out.
And the power of business, right, to move a community forward. For us, when we were looking at this 10, really 11 years ago, just in the planning stages, we looked around the city and the region and saw we didn't have a seat at the table. When you don't have a seat, you don't have a voice. And we're a vibrant part of our economy. The LGBTQ plus community, whether business owners, consumers, we are such an important part of the economic fabric of the city. So we said, you know what, we need to bring businesses together. And I'll say it's not just LGBTQ on businesses, but allies as well.
Yeah, businesses and consumers. In
That's
that
right.
sense. You know, we every now and then see in the news where there's a business that might say, "Hey, look, doesn't align with our values, and so we don't want to do the wedding cake for the same-sex couple." Okay, well, you can go here and find out who's okay with it, whether those people are in the community or not, as you mentioned, allies.
That's exactly right. And find inclusive, supportive businesses in our directory, inclusive healthcare providers, you know, your insurance agent, you name it, we have it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And you're celebrating that 10 years. And you decide to be a sponsor. What went into that thought process? Because as we know, if you have a big successful business, there are a lot of people coming at you who are like, can you help support this, and this, right?
Yes, my mother wanted to really push the Casa Maestri brand and our Agave Boom margaritas. And she said, what can we do? What can we do this year? And I said, well, there's tons of businesses that would love to, that we can support. Yeah. And I had heard about the chamber before, and we had supported other LGBT plus organizations in the past, and so I got with Tammy and we did a nice deal, and I'm really excited because already being a member just a couple months, I've found the value of being in the chamber.
Yeah, in what way?
Just connecting with other businesses.
Yeah.
There's a breakfast that she hosts every third Thursday. And the first time I went, there was businesses already coming up to me being like, oh, where can I get your tequila? Or how can we partner together?
And when you're having an after party, well, hey, we also have some
exactly.
tequila,
Perfect.
luncheon and tequila. And correct me if I'm wrong, but tequila has really taken off in a monumental way. I was in New York City a few years ago and I asked for a ranch water, and the bartender said, what are you talking about? And then when I went back, he's like, coming right up. Because he goes, this is the most popular drink we have now. But tequila works a little differently in the body than maybe some other alcohol drinks.
Yeah, it's low glycemic, the agave.
Yes.
So you can drink this, and if you are like pre-diabetic or diabetic, and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, you can control what sugar level you want because it by itself it doesn't have that.
That's
but
right.
You can throw in like sweeteners and stuff like that. But so, all right, tequila is used in all kinds of things, but drinking it straight to mixing it with things. And I just want to make sure that your tequila is what you say it is.
Yes.
So let's just, if we could get a little taste
test right here.
Yeah, and give us some advice on when you mix it with something or when you drink it straight.
I like it straight with ice cube and a little. Oh wow, that's a lot.
I'll take that.
Here, you want to switch?
Yeah. Yeah,
Would
you
you like
can get
some,
as much
Tammy?
as you want, right? Tammy, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna-
All right, no.
With a little bit
Let
of
you
a
come
orange,
together with tequila.
orange peel.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of times people do lime,
Yeah.
but you can do other types of citrus as well.
Yeah.
All right, okay, here
Cheers.
we go. Cheers. Mm-hmm. It's 5 o'clock.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. All right, tell us what people can expect at the luncheon.
We have well over 1,000 people that are going to be joining us for the luncheon and after party. We'll be at the Hilton Americas on June 12th. Big expo we've added to the event this year. We have a great speaker, Keith Boykin, coming in, national political commentator, author. It is going to be a celebration, and what we always say about this luncheon, it is not your average luncheon. You're going to have
somehow
fun.
I don't think so, because
And
you
with
got an
our
after party.
With our presenting sponsor, it's definitely not going to be.
Yeah, it's going to
your
be
average
different this year. Okay, I'm going to wrap up with a little education on tequila. I notice it says reposado on there. What's the
Yes.
difference between just getting tequila, or because I know in restaurants they'll go, would you like the reposado? What
That's
does that
right.
mean?
Yeah. So there's 4 types. Blanco is unaged, so straight out of distillation. Reposado is at minimum 2 months old, but we age this for about 6 months.
Okay.
Then añejo, at least 1 year old, but we age it for 2. And extra añejo, at least 3 years old, but we age it for longer
And
than
that affects the quality and flavor, or
Yes,
what's that?
you get more of the oak notes, wood, more of the vanilla from the oak,
Okay.
and other tasting notes.
I think I like all of them.
Yeah, reposado is my favorite.
I can
okay.
smell it. It's
Okay, yeah, you can
incredible.
smell it. There you go. All right. Early bird tickets to the Pride and Business Luncheon are available until May 15th. The last chance to get tickets is June 5th. To buy tickets or learn more about the Houston LGBTQ Chamber, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you.